Hello and welcome to Government with Dr. Turner. Today we will explain how the characteristics and features of bureaucracy influence decision making. The words bureaucracy and bureaucrat often provoke negative feelings. The mental images conveyed by these words include red tape, slow action, complicated forms, and frustrating outcomes. But the word bureaucracy really just describes an organizational structure that is best suited to very large, widespread projects. So when you think about the government providing services to the entire country, the use of bureaucratic structure makes sense. Bureaucracies provide coordination, organization, specialization, and expertise for government to perform work and provide services. In every modern bureaucracy, you will find hierarchy, specialization, and rules. Most of the federal bureaucracy is found in the executive branch. Each bureaucratic office has a set of tasks to perform, and individuals assigned to perform those specialized tasks. These tasks may be routine, or they may be politically charged. In some cases, bureaucracies make important government policy. Compared to the President and Congress, the bureaucracy has a more direct impact on the daily lives of Americans. Bureaucracies are often the only meeting ground for citizens in politics because they are often the only contact citizens have with government. Government bureaucrats are not supposed to innovate, be creative, or think outside the box with their solutions. Everything that the bureaucracy does is according to rules. The lower levels of the bureaucracy are held accountable through rules. The value of explicit rules in bureaucratic institutions is that they create standardization and predictability. If you or I happen to call a bureaucratic agency like the Internal Revenue Service, we should be able to count on receiving the same answers to the same questions. Most federal employees are hired on the basis of merit criteria. The Civil Service Act of 1883, also known as the Pendleton Act, attempted to pattern government hiring after practices found in business. Before the creation of the civil service hiring structure, government jobs were handed out as a reward for supporting the successful candidate. The practice in which successful party candidates reward supporters with jobs or favors is known as patronage. Patronage is also referred to as the spoils system, and it still exists in some levels of state and local government. The civil service replaced the spoils system as a method of choosing government workers. Bureaucratic employees should be hired based on qualifications rather than as a reward to partisan support, and can only be fired for poor job performance. The Hatch Act prohibits employees in the executive branch from engaging in some forms of political activity. It also protects federal employees from being forced to support a political agenda. The goal of the Pendleton Act and the Hatch Act was to reduce political influence over federal employees. The ultimate purpose of depoliticizing government bureaucracies is to create neutral competence. Neutral competence means you should be able to expect competent handling of your problem, regardless of your personal political views. Let's review. Bureaucracies are often the only meeting ground for citizens in politics because they are often the only contact citizens have with government. The practice in which successful party candidates reward supporters with jobs or favors is known as patronage. The civil service replaced the spoils system as a method of choosing government workers. The goal of the Pendleton Act and the Hatch Act was to reduce political influence over federal government employees. The ultimate purpose of depoliticizing government bureaucracies is to create neutral competence.